Hello, welcome back to the channel. So I'm back on the Coal Canal way, on the Somerset Coal Canal. I've just filming the rest of the locks, the top 5 locks on the canal. The area is pretty filled in. You can make out the area. So the path takes you from Bridge Farm and walks you along logs 17 to 22, as well as to a wharf. So the first 3 are basically this grassy area on your left. You feel we're going on a slight decline down. This is logs 17, 18 and 19 which have been infilled. I'm not sure how much of the original structures are left. I assume probably still there, just buried. So hopefully this is something that can be relatively easily restored at some point. You can kind of feel where they go sort of down as you're walking. It's got to be a pretty good sign that they're still there. If you didn't see my first video on the upper section, then please do click on my page and find it. The locks up there are amazing. It's not often you get to see a lock in a derelict but safe enough area that you can kind of walk into and explore. You know, they're nearly always completely abandoned or falling in or so overgrown you can't get near them, or it's not safe to. You know, there's some where the walls have kind of fallen in and leaning in on themselves. It's been very unwise to try and walk into them. These ones have been partially restored, cleaned up, and I think they're maintained by the Somerset Coal Canal Trust. So you got your footpath bears around to the left here. There are signs of a wharf, apparently. Again, following these blue signs. Yeah, there's some brickwork here, look. There we go. So you can see just here, so this would have been the bank, and then the other one there, the canal. So I assume this is top of a lock going down into a wharf. Not sure if I can get down, or I'll have a look in a second. Yeah, you can just see concrete blocks in the end there. Should have been the original lock gates there. It's an old wharf building here as well. And the pound just below, so you can see the other side of the walls there as well. If you look through that gap there, there's a tree on the other bank. You can just see a wall below it. So moving on down now to the last 3 locks, 20, 21 and 22. It's quite muddy here. I can just about see, I think it's the top of lock, well I think lock 20 would have been just here. If you look there you can just see a raised part. So I think that's the canal, canal channel in there where this big pile of muck is. Yeah, here we go, you can see the banks now. old wall here, look. I think that's where the gate would have been. See it steps back. And there is a pin of some sort in there. No water trough. And the other wall would have been here. Back on this side again. See here where the gate would have been again. See where it kind of curves in on the sides. And then down into the next pound. So there we are, an old TV, just in case you want a little break. It's pretty destroyed, this lock. I don't know how good the walls are further down, but it's all filled, collapsed there. Again, you can see we're in where the gates would have been, here, and there is a slight remnant of a gate there. You can just see the wood of the upright. Again, we're locked into here, and you can see the spillways here, the overflow there, look, and here, and the ivy's growing through, and then the sluice at the bottom. That rubble's not very stable, so don't do that. Again, the walls higher up look pretty intact, a bit lost down the bottom. They maybe just backfilled more than anything. This is farmed land, so sure the farmer doesn't want big drops off. Back into another pound, and the final lock just here. Water at the end of this one, so you're at the bottom now, so anything coming down through these, especially in all that rainfall, would have ran down into these. Okay, again, signs of an old lock here. Or lock gates even. Trees growing out as usual, and you've got the overflows are quite clear on this one. So when the water level would have been here, anything extra coming down from that lock below, or well above, would have run down through here and gone into the pound below, or into the lock itself. I won't be walking through this one. You can see the walls here as well, the curve you get on the locks, so you don't want to get on that when you're in a boat. You need to sit back a little bit. There's going to be water gushing through here anyway, but you don't want to be close to that, otherwise you'll beach up on there and flip your boat. You see it a couple of times. Normally the holiday boat is going through. This is a canal I feel doesn't get anywhere near as much recognition as it should. I mean, they're a fairly new trust, but you know, they've got some canal and water, and the area that this is going to run through, it's hard to see on a day like today, but this area is stunning down through here. It really is a beautiful area, just south of the city of Bath, which I'm sure most of you heard of if you're not local. There we go, here's the line. There's quite a lot in the way of this being restored, but it is possible. So above us here we've got the Camberton Railway embankment. As always, well, nearly always, the railway follows the canal. Now this was done for a reason. They were direct competition to each other, so most of the canal companies were eventually brought up. All the land was brought up by the canal, by the railways. But there was a time when the railways were first instated that they were in direct competition. The canals didn't have a chance. There was so much more freight and so much faster it could be carried on the railways compared to the canals, that they just couldn't match the power of them. It wasn't so much the pricing, although prices did drop. It was more the fact that they just couldn't compete. They couldn't do what the railways could do, so unfortunately fell into disrepair. So there's the old line up there, look, across the top. You can see the canal curves around here, and just up kind of beyond those cows, it's that embankment. So the canal would originally run straight through. The footpath now takes you on a bit of a detour down that way. There's you can see a bridge on the, there's a, I'm not sure if it's a bridge or a viaduct. I think it's just a bridge. No, it's a viaduct, I think. It goes across the river. Takes you down that way. So thank you for watching. Please click that like and subscribe. Click that bell button so you get notified of my future videos.